It seems that reincarnations do exist after all, or this kid needs to work in the Ministry of Emergency Situations. To tears. This story began with the fact that the neighbor's cat suddenly became pregnant and gave birth to 5 kittens. The neighbor turned out to be a good marketer and quickly found good hands for all the kids. Some turned out to be ours, so the most ordinary mongrel cat Vasca appeared in our house. This is our first feline pet, and it was a real discovery for me what a great pleasure it is to raise a kitten. How much we laughed, how much we played. Vasily grew up to be a beautiful cat, freedom-loving and very gentle. He was adored by all the surrounding cats and, oddly enough, their mistresses. Vasya was able to find an approach to each of them, get a portion of affection, forgiveness for the fact that their cat was burning with love for him and that the fruits of this love would soon appear, and also to beg for something delicious, for some reason. My husband and I were reproached with all this later, but we only made innocent faces and threw up our hands, like we ourselves suffered from Vaska's charm. The usual one was enough. The complainer immediately switched to stories about how wonderful our cat is. But their cat, in order not to spoil Vaska's reputation, we do not tell anyone that all the corners of our sofa are stripped if there are 2 claws. And he himself is described in protest for not letting him go for a walk when Vaska had to go to sort things out with some stray cat at 3 a.m. When Vasily turned 2 years old, an event happened that changed our lives, and the cat got a new nickname, Papa Teresa. My husband, my son and I went fishing. Vaska was taken with them, as always. The usual cat fishing program looks like this: run, eat and sleep among the wildflowers. At that time, the run ended with a summoning cry from somewhere in the bushes. Our Vasyan had never made such sounds before, and the intrigued husband went to see what was there. And there was a tied-up bag in which 6 kittens were squeaking, by the look of it, for about a month. Some took or carried the kids away and just threw them into the water. But the package did not sink, but washed up on the shore. The kittens were all wet. One seemed lifeless to us, but when my husband patted him, he began to breathe and cough. Fishing, of course, ended immediately. We went to the vet clinic in the city, where we paid for an examination. Thank God, no treatment was needed and overexposure. Vasya also received praise and a delicious reward for saving 6 lives. The next week, we had to look for owners for the whole cat pack. It's good that there is an internet now, and there are ad sites in it. Kind people were found quickly enough. Someone came to pick up a kitten even from a neighboring town, and one family took to it once with the words so that they would not be bored. As soon as we settled some foundlings, our cat dragged 3 blind puppies into the yard one by one. When Vaska went somewhere again, her husband followed him. So they found another puppy in the bushes on the side of the road, and a little further away, their mother, who was hit by a car. The dog was in a very bad condition and could not crawl to his starving babies. The dog and puppies also migrated to the vet clinic. There was a kind, wealthy neighbor who paid for the treatment with a reserve at once, and then the local shelter took over the family. About a month later, the cat brought home a chicken with a broken leg. Where he got it remains a mystery. We thought that no one keeps chickens in our area. Now we have a lame chicken cucker running around the yard. Why cucker? I don't know. My son called me that, and the nickname stuck. In general, our Vasya has become a rescue hero, or rather, a savior of animals in trouble. He brings home stray kittens and puppies, which we then treat and attach, or it's done by volunteers from the shelter. By the way, they made a cake out of cat treats for Vasya's birthday. In the list of Vaska's exploits there are already squirrels, hedgehogs and one wounded yellow runner. He found it at a spring in the forest. After the snake was treated by the veterinarian, we took it back, and recently, our dad Teresa has become even more famous. A husky puppy disappeared on the next street. It ran away from the yard when the owner left in the morning by car and did not notice that the dog ran out the gate. The owner discovered the loss only when he returned from work in the evening. All night the man searched for the dog in the area. The next day, volunteers joined him, but the husky disappeared without a trace. In the evening of that day, Vasya came home very worried. He kept meowing and calling somewhere. The husband could not stand it, took the lantern and followed him. The cat led to an open sewer well in a vacant lot. There was a lost puppy sitting half in the water, exhausted. They pulled him out at midnight. Half the street was full of people. The neighbors praised Vaska. They said that the cat had made friends with all the neighbors. The husky's owner wanted to give us money, but we asked to transfer it to the account of the veterinary clinic, where we were already regular customers. And our dad Teresa slept until noon for the first time and even missed 5 a.m. when he had a snack and a small smoke according to the schedule. Our hero is tired.